Let me take you to Awaye. Let's enjoy the beauty of that land. Let me take you to the tourism sector. Perhaps we have not discovered the power of our mind. That is why the sprawling beauties in our land have not been explored for wealth creation. Perhaps Seyi Makinde realizes this and says, no, I will use the power of my mind as the governor of Oyo State to explore the beauty of the land and attract wealth to the people. It is the power of the mind. You see, Oyo State is located in the southwestern region of Nigeria. It is a land rich in culture, history, and natural beauty. Despite its abundant resources, the tourism potential for your state remains largely untapped. But I can see a wake-up call from the government of the day. Oyo State boasts a wealth of historical and cultural sites that reflect its storied past and vibrant traditions. One of the most significant attractions is the ancient city of Ibadan, the state capital, which is one of the largest cities in Africa by land area. Ibadan is home to the University of Ibadan, Nigeria's premier university, and the Cocoa House, the first skyscraper in West Africa. Ibadan markets, such as the famous Agodi Gardens, offer a glimpse into the local way of life and the traditional crafts of the people. The historic town of Oyo, their central home of the Yoruba people, like Ife, features the Alaafin's Palace, a symbol of the Yoruba monarchy and culture. Visitors can explore the palace grounds, witness traditional ceremonies, and learn about the rich history of the Oyo Empire. What about the Bar Star, a notable landmark in Ibadan? It provides panoramic view of the city and its surrounding. Let's look at the natural attractions of the land. And here, I want to focus on Awaye. Oyo State is blessed with stunning natural landscapes that offer numerous opportunities for ecotourism and adventure. The Awaye Suspended Lake, one of only 2 known suspended lakes in the world, is a geological wonder that attracts geologists and tourists alike. The lake is surrounded by lush greenery and offers hiking trails with breathtaking views. I have been on top of that mountain. I have seen beauty in its varieties. Hey, have you been to Awaye? Have you climbed the Ado Hill? Have you said hello to Iyake? It's about the power of mystery. It's about the power of the mind. And it's about the power of the state. As a young person, you might be thinking you don't have money. But after listening to this show this morning, you will discover that money is not the driver of progress. The driver of progress is thought. You think it. Once you begin to think it, you begin to create ways to achieve it. I see wealth creation in Awaye. If you are a young person and you say you are jobless, I want you to look at your mind and begin to ask your mind questions. Why am I not thinking enough to explore abundant opportunities around me? Sometimes, what you are looking for in Sokoto is in your Shokoto. But because of the power of your mind is so weak, you don't see it. And you begin to blame everybody. Yes, certainly. The state has some blames. Government has some blames. But have you blamed yourself at all? That you are not taking advantage of the power of your mind to achieve your dreams. If you continue to grumble there and blame everybody, before you know it, you are old and your dreams are gone. The program is State Affairs on Splash 105.5 FM, the Integrity Station. I am going to take you into Iyake Lake. Stay tuned and stay cool. The radios go to Awaye. So welcome to Awaye, a place of old stories and quiet power. Long ago, people came together on this mountain. They were ruled by a prince from the great Oyo kingdom. It is the story of Awaye. It is the story of time.
Awaye is an ancient town in the Old Oyo Empire, founded in 1500 by one of the prince of Alaafin Oluwaso by name Obakoyi. Having lost the chance to Alaafinate at Oyo, decided to relocate to his mother's land at Ota. And on his way going, Destiny smiled at him when he noticed he got to the foot of this mountain, now called Ado Mountain. He noticed some smoke on the top of the mountain, and he agreed with his entourage to make a way to the top of the mountain. When they got there, they met some Dawame refugees who were also being sent out of their land because of war. So he met them there, and they saluted him. He gave them his history and told them their plight. They said, well, instead of going to Ota, why don't we stay here? We too, we are refugees. We will have loved that you stay with us here and we'll make you our head. So we agreed to stay here, give birth to the name Ado. We agreed, we stay here. And that became the name of the mountain since that time, and the name of the new settlement, Ile Ado, Ado Town.
Climbing this mountain takes time. It takes time. It takes strength. It takes excitement. You go through rough steps, you go through forest paths, and you go through rocky ground. Along the way, you meet the past. Hey, you need to go there. Have you been to Awaye? Have you seen the Ado Hill? From the top of that mountain, you will see the beauty of the world. Hey, there is the Shaggy Rock. As you approach the first height, the rock smiles at you. It's a sacred stone I heard that stone calls rain to come, and rain comes. You want rainfall? Go to the Ado Hill. You see, the Ishage rock, when wrapped in white cloth by a priest, the rain answers, they say. You want to test the mysteries of life? Beautiful mysteries. Sometimes you doubt them. But go and feel the beauty there. Some say if you touch the rock and make a wish, that the mountain will listen. It is not the mountain. It is the power of your mind. If you make a wish and you don't work towards it, you don't get it. But the mountain opens your mind to the power of great wishes, but it reminds you that the strength you used in climbing to the top, you also need it in carrying out the thoughts of your mind. Awaye. It's a place of rocks. Rocks. You see rocks, and you begin to ask, rocks? Where did you come from? You see, on this tour, you will hear the voice of Oba Ademola Olugbile Folakomi, the Alado of Awaye. You will hear the voice of the Commissioner of Culture and Tourism of your state, Dr. Wasiu Olatubosun. You will hear the voice of the Governor. It's about tourism, and it's about the power of the mind.
Awaye is an assemblage of rocks. In the ancient time, battle wars are very many. So they decided to settle here as a means of security haven to provide security for them. Because once you are in the top of the mountain and you see people enemy coming down the mountain, the cultural thing our people used to do is to roll down movable rocks, to hit the enemy that are coming down. So it's a defined arrangement that Ado town is settled around where there are mountains. And because of that, in history, no battle, no war has ever overcome Awaye. There are people on the top of the mountain. And some religious people say a city set on the hill cannot be hid.
Getting to the top wasn't easy.
It will take you, because you are agile. If you are not too agile, it will take you, the minimum that will take you is 1 hour. 45 1 hour. And you will see that you will see there are many things on the mountain. You will see elephant tree.
Yeah. It was an adventure.
On getting there, you will, after you get up there, you will forget that the stress that you pass through when you are going.
The fresh air.
Exactly.
I opened my mouth, I was breathing in. This is the freshest air I have breathed in recent time.
Exactly. You get excited and you really love the environment.
At some point, I laid down on the rock so that the heat of the rock will hit my spine.
Exactly.
It was so therapeutic for me.
Exactly. And you will also see the artifact where the first settlers stay. When they want to grind and what,
yes.
Yeah, you will see it. They will show you all those things.
And they were footprints of the past.
Exactly.
That is Wasiu Olatubosun, Oyo State Commissioner of Culture and Tourism. You want to see? You know, Awaye is not too far from Iseyin. I will show you the way to Awaye if you don't know the way. Are you listening to me from Britain? Are you in the United States of America and you want to come to Nigeria? Please, you are welcome. And one place I will recommend to you is Awaye. You need to go there. Are you in Ibadan and you don't even know the road to Awaye? Okay, this is your chance. But let me warn. Awaye is still raw. But in the raw beauty of Awaye, you will discover the power of your mind. I tell you, I've been there. And I came back different. You know, at some point I thought I was strong enough. I kept moving, agile. I said, guy, go, move. And my cameramen were with me. You see, you will not recognize the full beauty until I release the video of my adventure. For now, I am painting the picture with words. But by the time you see the videos, the clips from that mountain, you want to move your tent there. Have you been to Awaye? You need to go there. You see, further up as you go, you will see the footprints of the gods. They left their footprints there. At some point, I put my leg on the footprints of the gods. I challenged the gods to come redeem the land. And then I remembered. I said, no, the gods cannot redeem the land. We will redeem the land through the power of our minds. You see small holes in stones. You see, they said some of those holes were once used for grinding. But many believe they were left by deities who worked this land. I think the freshest air in the world is on top of that mountain. You see, you will struggle as you get to the top. Immediately you get to the top, you will just feel energized, as if you were not the one struggling to get to the top. There's this energy that comes. Even when the sun shines on you, you don't feel the heat. You only feel the cool of the sun. It was on that mountain that I discovered that the sun can be cool. That the sun does not emit hot air all the time. It emits cool heat. Can heat be cool? Yes, on top of that mountain, heat is cool. And we have that, and we are not earning billions, and the people of Awaye are not rich. Why? We will bring the word there. And that is why I am singing this morning, that the world should know that in Awaye, you will find beauty in its varieties. Wasiu Olatubosun is Oyo State Commissioner of Culture and Tourism. He takes us through the lake. He takes us through the mountain. He defines where we are going. Iyake Lake is on top of that mountain. Iyake Lake is on top of that mountain. Iyake. Can Iyake hear me? Can Iyake hear me from the side of time? Iyake has heard me. So climbing the rocks was exhausting but exciting.
Exactly.
Getting to the point and you look at the panoramic views of the land.
The land.
Beautiful.
When you get to the peak, you can see as far as the you'll be able to see peak of Cocoa House if the weather is okay. But that tells you that that place, that environment is very good. And the water has that spiritual content that even those who have one spiritual challenges or the other, they do go there, take the water. And anytime I climb the mountain and I get exhausted, I take the water. If you look at the water, you see that it's greenish.
Yeah.
But when you now take part of it, even in a glass cup, you see that it's as white as pure water, as pure as that. So there is that thing, that water, that river is very rich and it's bottomless. Up till now, we have not been able to ascertain the depth of the water.
Why? In this age of science?
Yes. Before I came, we were told that there were 2 attempts, though in analog manner, that they wanted to ascertain, and the 2 attempts consumed those people, the actors who wanted to get to the bottom of the river.
Were these scientists or missionaries?
They are missionaries.
They are not Africans?
No, I think maybe they are scientists, but they are white.
Good.
They are white. So now, I think it was last year that I reached out to some people who promised to come with their machine to now see or help us to ascertain the depth of the water. But what we know is that the lake is situated on 2,850 feet above the sea level. So that means we don't know whether it gets down after that 2,850 feet to get to where the river is. So, and it is, it has never, for once, got dry. Even during no matter how dry the dry season is, no, it won't go beyond certain.
It does not overflow. No matter
it doesn't overflow, and it doesn't go down. Even during the dry season,
it maintains its volume.
It maintains its volume, and no matter how heavy the rain is, it doesn't overflow.
Here we go.
State Affairs with Edmond Obilo is live. Stay tuned.
What a lake.
Yeah.
It's a natural suspended
It's
lake.
a natural. We have two suspended lakes in the world. The one in Colorado, USA, and the one we have. The one in USA, it's an artificial lake put together by Americans, just like Destiny World in America. So when you get to Destiny World, you think that it is natural, but it's artificial. So that place is artificial, and they know the depth of that lake. You understand? But this one, it is pure natural. So we met it there. God help us to put that thing down. Nobody could say that, okay, except the historical perspective that one woman who was barren, a barren woman, was they made jest of her that she was barren and she was crying and all sorts of things. But that one cannot be scientifically proved. We cannot prove it scientifically. But what we can see is that we have a river on a mountain, which is a lake, and we have that one, and then the one we have is bottomless, and it is natural.
I'm looking at Awaye Lake. I'm talking about Awaye. We play politics, we play politics. But we don't play the politics of development. That is why places like Awaye is abandoned. You heard the commissioner there saying that Awaye Lake is bottomless. I was telling my daughter about it. The little girl said, no, it can't be bottomless. No way, Papa. I said, okay, I need to take you there. And she can't wait to go there. Because she has been climbing mountains. She has climbed Mountain Longonot. And you know how much they make from climbing that mountain? And we have it around us. Don't be surprised, many persons in Awaye have not gone yet that mountain. It happens. You know, sometimes you want to go to that distant land for tourism, but you are not exploring the tourism potentials around you. Oh, Ibadan is boring. I hear people say that. Who said? Can Ibadan be boring? How can your state be boring? You've not explored it. There are beautiful places in Oyo State that once you travel from Ibadan, you will just be having fun. Except you are looking for Disneyland, as mentioned by the commissioner, Wasiu Olatubosun. Yes, we don't have our Disneyland, but we have natural beauties that we can explore and improve it, and we will attract wealth to the people. If you go to Tanzania, they are exploring their tourism potentials. Investors are cutting away millions of dollars in profit. And Awaye is an example of what we can do with our mind. Why is it called Awaye Lake? Why? How did that name come about? Oba Demola Olugbile Folakomi explains.
The oral record that was transferred to us let us know that they met the lake, and at a point in time, a woman that was barren, who used to be benevolent to little children, but was probably assaulted of being barren, decided to also migrate from the place she was, and she also found herself on the top of the mountain and saw that little lake. And the children followed her appealing to her not to go, but she decided to go. And so when she saw that lake, she decided to drain herself into the lake. And so she got drained to the lake, and the little children that were following her from their place went back to report that that woman crying has got herself drained in the lake. The woman crying in Yoruba means Iyati Onke, gave back to the name of the lake, Iyake, to date.
You can also join this story. I'm telling the story of Iyake Lake. You can also join the story. If you've been there, you can tell me your story. If you want to be there, you can also talk about your expectation. If you are in the tourism industry, you can also teach us, how do we explore that area? How do we do that? I do. What did I say? How did I respond when I got to the lake? Legend says a goddess lives beneath, in a word just like ours, but hidden beneath the water. You know, I believe the Iyake was there. So at some point, I laid by the side of Iyake, closed my eyes, and began to have a conversation with her.
Fantastic.
Do you want to know what she told me?
What?
I won't tell you. It's my mission with her.
Yeah, I love that. I'm happy to hear that.
See, I came down spiritually rejuvenated.
Wow.
Yes.
That's good.
It's like something was lifted out of my mind, my head. You know, the environment, I can't get over it as I'm still talking to you.
Exactly.
It's a place to be.
Exactly.
If you have the strength to get to the top, it's an endurance walk.
Yeah, and yeah, you're right.
Okay, I will take this call, and after this call, I'll go for a break. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, the radio man.
I seems you are on the road.
Yeah.
I can hear you well.
No, this is Adekola is on the line. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, I think we really appreciate all you. No.
All right, that call cannot go. That call cannot go. It's not clear. All right. Let me grab some cups of water and refresh myself. Are you sure I'm not going to drink the water from Iyake Lake? Stay tuned. Stay cool. Bosun, over to you.